begin this hour of Morning in America with a live look of Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Overnight, a nuclear facility in central Iran was hit by Israeli forces. An Iranian news agency says no leakage of hazardous materials has been detected. The IDF claims it also took out a senior Iranian commander. They say he was responsible for financing and arming Hamas ahead of the October 7th attack. NewsNation's Robert Sherman is live this morning in Tel Aviv. Good morning from New York. Robert, what's the latest on the ground?
Hey there, Hena. Well, an active overnight has become an active day here in the Middle East. The Israeli Air Force announcing just a short while ago that they've started targeting sites in southwest Iran, largely relating to ballistic missile launch sites. We also know that they've been busy knocking down Iranian drones that have been launched here at Israel. They estimate about 40 of them have been downed so far today, and their efficiency rate since the beginning of the war, they estimate and claim, is about 99%. Ballistic missiles, on the other hand, bit of a different story. We've seen more and more of them getting through, including a ballistic missile that did some serious damage in Haifa yesterday. And then overnight here, what you're seeing is the remnants of some shrapnel that appears to have caused a blaze in central Israel here. But in the backdrop of all of this, a last stab at diplomacy between European leaders, top diplomats from the UK, Germany, and France having discussions with the foreign minister of Iran. And the takeaway from these meetings, the hope was that the door would be left open for more conversations. From what we've heard from Tehran so far, it appears as though that is the case. But they emphasize that at this juncture, they don't really trust the United States, and they're not sure where these conversations will go. But the hope is more talks will continue between these diplomats. Hena?
Robert, as you've been reporting and we've been telling our viewers, the White House says it could be 2 whole weeks until they decide whether to join the war or not, have boots on the ground, military troops, U.S. military troops. What has the reaction in Israel been to that?
Well, there does seem to be this overwhelming feeling on the ground here that something is going to happen and something is going to give, that we won't simply be watching a fizzling of the fighting between Iran and Israel and going back to the world that we lived in a week and a half ago. People on the ground here seem to be confident that either the United States is going to come in or Israel is going to keep up the efforts on their own to try and work and deal with the Iranian threat. The Prime Minister was asked about this point blank, and this was his response. Take a listen.
We're going to achieve all of our targets, all the nuclear sites. It is within our power to do that. But the decision of the president, whether he wants to join or not, again, is his decision.
You hear those comments there, key ones. It is within our power to do that. President Trump was asked about this, which he threw a bit of cold water and distanced himself from the prime minister's comments, saying he wasn't entirely sure if Israel truly does have the capability in order to do this on their own. But the message coming from the top in Jerusalem is whether the United States joins the war effort or not, they will continue these strikes against Iran to eliminate threats both on the ballistic missile front as well as the nuclear and uranium enrichment front. Hena?
And Robert, I've been saying this. I've been following you. I've seen you in and out of bomb shelters along with our team. Stay safe. Tremendous reporting. Robert Sherman, thank you so much. Live for us in Tel Aviv.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.